Alright guys, welcome back to another pack break. I'm going back in time 24 years to 1994 Fleer Baseball. This set always has a special place in my heart because this came out at a time when I was in the peak of my paper route delivery days, and I used to spend pretty much all my hard-earned money on Fleer 1994 baseball cards from Udo's Comic Books in Antioch, California. So I always loved these cards. The basic design was very simple. We had a white border with the team logo, and it appeared in any corner. There wasn't any set spot, and then the player name and position in gold foil in a circle around the logo. So I'm going to go ahead and bust open 6 packs of these, and I'll review the box. There's some of the inserts and some of the base cards, so I'll go ahead and lean that for us. It's going to fall. So let's go ahead and bust into these. Can't believe these are almost 25 years old next year. Again, real nice basic design with the white border and the team logo, and then the gold around the player name and position. We got Mario Diaz, George Bell, Norm Charlton, one of the nasty boys there with the Mariners. Kevin Tapani. Jim Martley, never heard of him. Superstar Specials, which Fleer always incorporated. Mike Mussina and Jack McDowell. It's probably like super right-handers. American Heat. Carlos Quintana. And the inserts fell 1 per pack. Here we got a team leader of Tim Salmon. I guess if there's ever going to be another outfielder with a fish for a last name, he'll end up playing outfield for the Angels and be a Rookie of the Year. So if there's like a Jimmy Tilapia or Harry Halibut out there somewhere, eventually he'll play outfield for the Angels and win Rookie of the Year. So there's my insert in that pack. Milt Thompson. Sean Bosky. Chris Sabo, one of the players I hated the most growing up. I don't know why. Maybe it was just the glasses, but I wear glasses, so I think it was just because he played for the Reds and he looked like a dirtbag. Eric Karros, now commentator for the MLB Network. Tom Pagnozzi, Jeff Fasario, and Mark Cerrone. And the foil stamping is horribly off-centered there. Alright. The problem with 24-year-old UV-coated cards is they like to stick together, so I like to give them a little bit of bend like that. Believe me, it's not going to ruin my investment since these cards aren't worth anything. I got this box for, I think, $10 and $8 for shipping, so just under 20 bucks. There we got a Joe Carter, Jim Poole, Tony Phillips, rest in peace, Mike Lavalier, Scott Brocious, Dave Stewart, Louis Polonia. Here we got one of the drawn, what are these called, Provision cards. The gimmick with them this year was that they all fit together to form a puzzle, like all the little pieces that are going off on the other. If you got the card next to it, it would continue as one big puzzle. This came out in 1991, if I'm correct. Checklist. Pete Harnisch. Eric Young. Kind of out of focus, Eric Young. Another checklist, because 1 in a pack isn't good enough. You got to get 2. Greg Harris, Charlie O'Brien, and Archie Cianfranco. In the background of that there, I don't know if you can tell, it's Lenny Dykstra in the peak of his steroid years in 1994, along with Darren Daulton, his steroid buddy. Speaking of Darren Daulton, there's his Provision card. Should have just had syringes coming out of his arms, because that's what he was doing back in 1994. Julio Franco, Mr. I played for 40 years. Joey Cora, Joey Core always looked like a bat boy. Tim, who is that? Leary. Wilson Alvarez. Rich Amaral, doing a little skip there. Pedro Munoz. Mike Pagliarulo. Carlos Baerga. These were some of the best looking all-star cards that I've ever seen. They just did it right. We got the All-Star Game logo down there in the corner, and then the American flag slowly coming up the backside of every card. Those All-Star cards are beautiful. I love those. They're the easiest ones to pull. They're like one in every 2 packs, I think, but there's 50 of them. So Carlos Baerga is kind of a dud, but those are beautiful All-Star cards. Brett Saberhagen, Jim Eisenreich, Greg Maddux, best pitcher of the 90s. Kevin Roberson. Todd Benzinger. Robbie Ayala and Andy Ashby. 3 more packs to go, and the one per box are the Smoke and Heat inserts, which were like the strikeout pitchers, and I have yet to pull one of those, so one of these 3 packs should have one. It'd be nice to get like Roger Clemens or a Nolan Ryan. So we'll see if we get one of those. Greg Linton, David McCarthy, Ken Patterson, Kevin Seitzer, Edgar Martinez, best DH of all time, Rob Deere, strikeout or home run, one hand Jim Abbott, John Olerud, beautiful all-star card. It's a good picture too. John Vanderwall, Mike Stanton, Orlando Merced, Danny Jackson, looks like he's ducking there from a line drive. Steve Avery, back at the height of his prowess, when those mid-90s Braves were unbeatable, at least up until they got to the World Series. Rick Wilkins, and I don't know who that is. Jay Owens. Jay Owens, just a J. 2 more to go. Alfredo Griffin, Jack Voigt, Gary Gaetti, always Harry Gary Gaetti, Dan Peters, Jason Bray, Brett Boone, there's another steroid user for sure, Willie Banks, Pudge, another steroid user, all-star card, Carlos something, Pete Incaviglia, Larry Walker, another guy that probably did the juice. And he played in Colorado, so you get outstanding numbers when you combine those 2. Eric Williams, Ray Lankford, Alex Arias, and some dude with glasses on the Expos. Last pack. Mark McLemore, Mickey Templeton with the big wad of chew. Jeff Nelson, Charles Nagy, say goodbye to that logo because it's too racist. Ron Karkovice, Mike Felder, Eddie Guerrero, and I did not get a Smoke and Heat insert. We got a Mo Vaughn Team Leaders card. Going back in time, Mo Vaughn created the biggest heist in American League MVP voting of all time when he beat out Albert Bell. I can't remember what year it was. 95 or 96. Mo Vaughn led the league in 1 category, strikeouts, and Albert Bell led the league in home runs, RBIs, total bases, doubles. Yet somehow Mo Vaughn beat him in MVP voting, and all he did was lead the American League in strikeouts. I think that has more to do with Albert Bell being kind of a pain in the butt to sports writers, and so the sports writers paid him back by making him come in second when he should have won the MVP award. John Roper, Robbie Thompson. Look out, Robbie, don't be taking the pitches to the face. Pretty much ended his career. Dave Tailgater, Steve Scars something, Mike Maddox, Jose Oquendo, and Dan Schaefer. All right, so that was my box of Fleer 1994 cards. We got Darren Dalton and a Tony Gwynn Pro Vision. Those are kind of cool. Jack McDowell Award winner. John Olerud League leader. Tim Salmon Rookie of the Year. Kind of a metal looking foil card there. That was pretty cool. I got one of those. Team leaders I did pretty good on. I got some Hall of Famers. I got Paul Molitor, Barry Larkin, Steroid McGuire, and I got 2 Mo Vaughns. And then the beautiful All-Star cards, Travis Fryman, Dwayne Ward, Greg Vaughn, Steve Avery, Wade Boggs with the Yankees, Griffey, Scott Cooper, one of those, hey, that guy was an All-Star, Joe Carter, Robbie Alomar, Frank Thomas, Cal Ripken, Kirby Puckett, who was kind of a dirtbag if you look into his history. He's got that happy-go-lucky, everybody loved him persona, but he was kind of a dirtbag. And he's swinging and missing on his All-Star card. Albert Bell, I just spoke about him being robbed of the MVP. Cecil Felder, and then the bootleg Major League prospects, which never pan out. So we got John Hope. Well, your hope is not going to be fulfilled because you never made it. Denny Hawking, Darren Oliver, well, he had a decent career. Rich Odd, Brian Anderson, Kurt Abbott, and Louis Ortiz. I don't think any of those guys panned out to have that great a career. Darren Oliver lasted a while, but none of those other guys I've even heard anything of. So anyway, well, that was my breakdown of my 1994 Fleer box. I love those cards. Like I said, they'll always have a special place in my heart. So hope you enjoyed the break, and I'll be getting some more cards here pretty soon and posting some more. So have a good day.